for daddy, you know, to make the coffee?
Yeah, don't put no sugar there, but sugar.
Just 1 spoon of sugar.
Alright, man.
Cool. Hot black coffee. Thank you, son. Yeah. So I told Paul, I said, man, get your bills organized. This is what I want. I want it categorized. I want, we got here. And I'm sorry I wasn't doing this earlier, teaching you guys how these things are done. So we got here. Sledgehammer, $5,500. You got it tint. Socket set, 12,600. Paint, rust out, 12,000. Two store. Two stove, 24,000. Michael I, 18,000. Jesus Christ. Michael I is very, I know eyes are important, but Jesus Christ, man. What do you run with the eyes if you spend $18,000? You better buy safety goggles there. Wang Yi hardware, 1,800. Me want to hear about Wang Yi hardware. What you buy for 1,800? Is what the blood clot is this? Hollow section, 37,000. Fazia Ali, 2,500. Pipe, 1,600. Something hard. Something hardware, 13,000. And it got coming on commas 38,000, 15,000. Pipe wrench, lumber, massy gas, Scarlet. Oh Jesus Christ, Scarlet, they Anita. What do they do for Scarlet for 14,000 right? Oil and snacks. You see, that is what you got to know. That is because if you don't have a track of anything, now they got to explain to me. Oil and snacks, $12,744. They got a receipt for this and what day, right? Oil and snacks? What snacks could that do? Yeah, I better start your planet, you buy. Yeah, I better start buy upon a plantain and fry. I don't know what snacks they eating. Drinks, 3,300. Tin set, because a lot of things showing up here. KFC, $5,580. Now, why looking at? Here, laugh, why would look at? Right? Drinks, 3,300. The 13th, the 11th month, 2022, right? Food, they got food here, 2,600, the 11th month, the 11th day. So that's 2 days before. So I try to see if, you know, if you're eating snacks and KFC and in the same day, I want to know what's going on. Now, sometimes you got a project going on. And I decide for nice up the buys them and to get a little more drivers, so you're throwing something. But, you know, if you don't have it recorded, if you don't run through these things, you don't know they're going wrong. Even in the billing process, they're going to try to shaft you. They'll go to somebody and get somebody to make a bill up and say they buy this. I am telling you, I know what companies do, all the government thinks them as me business. No, me. Me like a hack. Watch here. This me builds them for me. For me. Steak, salad. And when we go at Oasis and so. Right? When me done with these bills, me gonna watch back. And when me buy lunch, I said, me buy lunch for everybody. Me sit down and study. With the lunch, if it makes sense with that person, if it was a good, successful business meeting, yes, I mean every day, blase and try to prove none to nobody. There's a simple process, right? And I'm hoping you learn from this. They got the days where we got cuss out, we got fight and all kind of thing, but you can't do bad. And one day good, and they're watching at me and think like it's because I got rich. No. It's not because I got rich. They're rich for one reason. They're looking for it. You understand? Yeah. Right? QuickBooks on the phone. Well, they got QuickBooks. These things hand over to the accountants. And they input it and so. Me problem is me want to see. Yes, and me want to know. I like this I running. I calculating. I can run this back now. I seen big numbers. SEBE. Me know this. What is 49,000? I want to know this. Why I got to see a bill for the gas 7,000. Which gas? Well, remember, this is just to me look at it. I can't run through all of these bills. This is a representation of this. I asked him to break it down. So as you write it, what happens? There's a principle in how things are done. And practice makes perfect. So as you write it, it's going through his head. He spends so much money for this. He spends so much money because this is what he did when I was in England. Yes, sir. He spend, he do that. And it's going to be dawning on him that he did this, he did that. And even if things don't make sense, it's going to dawn on him. Right? So we got all of these things with these dates and so. And he right on the back of pages. Pipe wrench. What's going on here? I see this. How pipe wrench $2,500. I see this 2 times. Pipe wrench on the 17th. I see a pipe wrench somewhere here. Let's see what's going on. Pipe wrench. Hey, son, thanks. What's your plan for today? What are you doing this morning?
Going to GRA to collect my next step.
Okay, son, cool. You got money in, son?
No, I call my wrist now.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. I see pipe wrench somewhere before. Michael 35 tire. Jesus Christ. And then people have a cast and live in Ghana. Auntie Desiree. Galvanized sheet, chalk, paint, plyboard. I give Gary money for buy plyboard the other day. We buy 67,000 all in plyboard. And still I gotta give them more money for buy plyboard. All them things I gotta know. How much plyboard? When I put plyboard here, I wanna know how much plyboard. Where the plyboard buy from? Yeah, oh yes, no. We had an office, we just insulate a whole we just insulate a whole container as an office. So, customer. How much sheet of plyboard to buy? I like me know anything out of my head, you know. You buy plyboard, me know one container is 20 foot, me know one plyboard is 8 by 4. You understand? You tell me you buy so much plyboard, me I look for the rest of plyboard. Me know out of my head. You know, some people that do accounts, you could can the account because I got the bill, but they don't know what the bill mean. Me know what it mean. You understand? Oh shit, let me tell you about the roadblock last night. So something y'all could learn. And I put it up there. Let me get this. Purpose acrylic 300 ml. Spray. Just bear with me. Markup. What we did at markup. GM Supplies. Who's GM Supplies? Cowpen Street. What the fudge is this, man? The name Cowpen Street now. Plyboard. Okay, so 67,000. You see how this thing is work? Let me show you. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, critics. I'm calling from Tushin New Housing Scheme. I got a problem with GPL. My whole house shut down class at 3 o'clock and I calling all in number for make a report. Me get it through in no.
Your house alone?
Yeah, the whole house.
You gotta call an electrician first.
Who got call critics?
You call an electrician. If it's your house independently,
Oh,
you call.
critics, I just get a problem with this prepaid. Something else got to come check it on the post bill say by the way of the rain. And
Oh, okay, yes. Well, you gotta call GPL emergency. Check the Facebook page and see what numbers they got up there.
Then got 6089090 WhatsApp.
And you ain't getting onto them there?
No.
Send the fax to me on WhatsApp. Your address. Take out a picture with the receipt. And I'll start it out for you, don't worry.
Okay, Critic. Okay, thanks.
Wake up in the morning, it's Monday morning, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Y'all help the people in the man. They're in the dark. So, I was just looking at something. So, I came across the plyboard here. As you guys, I don't know if you can see. $67,121. So, I find the receipt. Right? So, there, it only got plyboard. And here, it has 3,000. We get it at a discount, $3,000. So we got 18 sheets of plyboard. 18 sheets of plyboard. This is for an office that we're making out of a container. Now, just to have an understanding of what's going on, a plyboard is 4x8. Right? Most of y'all know that. And I know, somebody come and tell you, I got a case right now, some contract take a lady $1 million gun, not fine. Right? I could do this roughly out of my head. But you got to be a little more prudent with you. You got to be a little express more discipline. You understand? You got to go after it. You got to figure out what you want. You got to figure out how you want. You got to figure out how you want done. You got to figure out who you're placing to get it done. You understand? You got to put a little thought into it. Ask questions. Ask questions all the time. You don't know. Don't feel foolish if you don't know. The only way you can know is if you ask questions. Hello.
Critic, so sorry to disturb you. Me no put in data in the house, I got blackout, so me got the internet to send it to you, but I got the meter number, I just do MMG, and then just give me a number.
Send it to me on the same message, the same phone message.
Oh, send the meter number?
Yeah, to me on the same, and send the meter number, your address. And yeah, no, on the phone message. Okay. I gotta get something to send to them. You can't remember out of my head.
Okay.
Yeah. Right? So you gotta. What was I talking about? I lost my train of thought there. You have to. Hear what I'm telling you. To be successful at anything, you gotta eat, sleep, and shit this thing. Simple. If you're a woman, the women of this country have become owlers, and all you're hearing is, oh, God is a single parent. Yes. That is where you go. Did you not see that before? Are you the first single parent in Guyana? I am fudging sick and tired of people crying and whining, claiming victimization, polarization, and every fudging thing else after they put themselves in the situation. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Critic. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. How can I be of help to you?
Is more really there with you and the German is back to the back to the truth?
Have a good morning, sweetheart. I tell you already, I don't do low life and hungry belly, but have a good morning. This is the kind of thing. You see, it sounds like joke. It seems funny. It seems funny. What I do, it seems funny. People call it, they're having fun. But y'all is the low lives and the hungry bellies and they're always struggling. You understand? They're always struggling. They can't get nothing done right and they wouldn't listen. They don't understand. You gotta listen to learn. Okay? She called Monday morning joke. I know she's a sufferer. I know she's a low life. She's a low life just like the girl who she called and asking about. What difference it make? Whether she backs me, she touch me, she backs the living daylights out of me, she backs the shit out of me. What difference it make to you Monday morning? This is the question. What fudging difference it make to you Monday morning? What are you doing this morning? What are you getting this morning? She get the criminal charge. You understand? And she's no, she sees like, I hate today. She ceased to exist. She got some low-life fans. Like she said, come, Critic. Monday, man, what's your plan? And that is how we got talking now. We can come back to the accounts. That is how the post that I put up. So I put up a post like last time I was driving coming from Burbies. Went to see something. Somebody was telling me, Banner, you don't rest. Hello, good morning.
Morning, my friend. How you doing?
All right, brother, talk to me.
The young lady there is a faking jackass.
No, don't let me think it. Here, this is the reality of the world. My purpose is to educate the people and help them to understand how to make themselves better. So, no, here, hold on. She served a purpose this morning. And that purpose is making people aware what falls as low life or hungry belly. You see, Monday morning, you gotta have a posture. You gotta maintain a certain composure. You gotta be ready for something. You understand? If your life is a joke, if everything for you is a joke, because I want to believe she's looking at me. So she would have seen the serious posture that I took this morning to educate the people, to shine them. You understand? She see those. So if I did up stupidness and cussing out and they calculate call and throwing something, pitching something with Critic, let me get the place hot. You understand? But for now that you could sit and you could listen and you might learn. You might learn. You might come out of the low-lifeism. You might come out of the hungry bellyism. You understand? And all the ism and schism what them is get. You might be able to bring yourself out of that. To know that there's that possibility this morning and there's she wanting. Right? So I'm hoping she learns. I want she learn something from this experience. Talk to me. We're going on otherwise.
Yeah. Everything good otherwise, you know. As what you mentioned earlier. Thus far, all we up on a progressive path. Yeah. Right? But I really elaborating too much on the insignificant caller just now. But we got enough like she in the anybody.
No, but like you understand, that's the purpose of me being here.
I know.
You understand the struggle here? You imagine me dying around the edge of a pit of shit hounds and the shit coming up. And I grabbling and try to pull out and get a rag and wipe off the shit from some of them face. You understand? It's this what go. Yeah, people don't understand in its rawest form what is going. What's the process? Now, here, I put up a post. How I driving coming from Borbies and run into the police roadblock. The barrier where there's got lick the bar, broke up the camera mirror, broke up the number plate. Right? No, partner. You gotta see the comments. It is in the comments. Then you realize, you understand, the level of ignorance, the level of stupidity, and everything else negative about Guyanese. Because nobody's applying common sense and logic. The post clearly says, blinding rain. I was doing like about 40, 50. So I coming down. Place not necessarily well lit. No illumination on the signs. Signs like that supposed to be having flashing lights. You understand? Yeah. Anytime in the night, flashing lights. You got to read. Oh God, some people say, how them passing years and know the thing that my brother, me too. Me passing years and know the thing that Guyanese is the people who fail to recognize the fault, and then when somebody dies, say how we could have done better. Pass the thing 100 times, an accident waiting to happen. You understand? I come out the car, the thing pitch. Now imagine, by the time I come out the car, a police was at the side out there, able to say, Mr. Rodriguez, right? Now here what me a worry. If he been a walk, come out for some reason or the other, for something because he had on a raincoat. So obviously he didn't put on a raincoat. He did plan never come out or go in the car or something. And at that time, the barrier pitch and lash in his head and broke his neck. You understand? No, it's not as a result of me knocking. I knocked the barrier. A barrier that you are not there. You gotta ask yourself, what's the purpose of the barrier when you're not there? It's not to say when people slow down there when the police in there, they're watching this thing on the camera and still checking the vehicles, you know. Move your fudging barrier. At daytime, I understand. You imagine, bro, little to no visibility. You know what's going 50 miles per hour and only seeing 100, people think 100 feel like a house lot. You go and check what is 50 miles per hour, which is very slow. But see how long it takes to cover that. A house lot. You fly through a house lot like nothing. 50 miles per hour. At 10 feet, you got cover. It's seconds we talking about, brother. So when you look at the comments, and people don't know I continually post comments. I don't answer them comments. They got some people, everything, oh God, everything they costing out people. But it gives me an understanding of how Guyanese think, which for the most part is limited. You take away a lot of things. If you listen to the comments as it relates to my accident last night, you'd realize a lot of Guyanese do not have driving experience. They have driver's license. They don't have the experience.
But Mr. Critics, that is the ideal reason why the foreigners to come in and capitalizing on the opportunity while these so-called self-perceived or self-acclaimed specialists we have. They're listening to Glenn Lal and they're talking a bundle of crap. Yeah, but today that's an example.
No, but he too is a misfit. And continually, I got a friend. I have a friend. Well, let me not, it's not no secret. Gary, the one was showed the other day, were doing the welding and stuff for me. Now, he's the typical Indian man. He's been my friend all of his life. Close to 30 years now, he's friends. Right? I know him from, I'm very young. And I always explain to him, I said, buddy, you got to express a certain amount of discipline. You got to carry yourself this way. You got some cheering when you know if it's they cheering, if it's he cheering, and that kind of thing. Always, he falls, they run pandit. They want to go do work when they're done. They go pandit. I said, partner, as a man, you have to take responsibility for your actions, for your failures, what you have done. It is only then you realize you have made a mistake and you make amends to that mistake. If you calculate and know this not me fault, it's some spiritual thing, or it's bad luck, or it's karma, you understand? You're going to always suffer.
A lot of people living in a tangent.
Let me show you this thing. He, comedy, and me, he gone by Glenn Lal. Right? Same Gary. And me and Uncle Glenn good. Y'all supposed to know that. I'll be cussing one another and I'll think we good because I don't forget where I come from. And I always respect people. No matter what. I've got great respect for people like Jerry Gavaya. You understand? This is the reason you're going to hear I say Uncle Jerry or Uncle Glenn or whatever, right? Because I got great respect for these people. At times sit and tell me things in their own way. Not all the time it might be something that's going to take me to new heights, right? But they tell you, they put ideas in your head, they give you advice. Glenn, you know, enough people, enough, they got enough. That I sit and talk, I got great respect. And I don't forget people. Glenn, no. I have to worry if he's losing his mind. And I tell him continually, he used to try to get me in this thing. For me, top of the aisle. I said, Glenn, you don't understand. When you have a people, information, the dissemination of information is a very delicate and powerful process. You understand? how you disseminate that information, how that there's a continual understanding of how that information is received is the big problem. So when one feeds, is like food, right? When you feed somebody, you look at the effects that it has on them. You realize sugar is not good and saturated fats are not good. So you take that out of their diet. Glenlal is giving people a heavy dose of ignorance and stupidity coming from the depths of his bowels because it can't come from the back of his head. You understand? That is what he's doing. The ignorant and stupid Guyanese and the politicians capitalize on that, who it serves well, in misguiding the people. Now, talking about Gary, me and Gary go by Glenn. I walk in, Glenn say, I say, yo, relax yourself, you're drinking. This is a couple of years ago. I throw a shot for you, throw a shot for Gary, we drinking. Right? We gaff and he cussing me. But I tell you, Louis, about this I'll thing, Louis, because he knows I can explain it better than anybody else. The problem is, I am not versed in the area. I would prefer to be more well-read in the area before I delve into anything in the area as it relates to oil and gas. And I could go into that area, and if I do, it will be a program specifically fashioned for oil and gas, looking at the loopholes. Look, and there has to be loopholes. If there are loopholes in little corrupt Guyana, in the politics, in the laws, in the judiciary, there are loopholes. Much as when Exxon is now here with all their might and glory and knowledge. There must be loopholes that exist that they're capitalizing on. They have the best accountants. They have the best lawyers. How do you use that to your advantage? Or why do you even have the best lawyers and the best accountants? I will be getting into soon. But bringing clarity to people. Yes, I'm calling out Exxon for what shortcomings they have. So I'm telling you the human thing. One thing I want to tell you before I forget. So Gary there, and he calculated what you could walk in Glenlala. You and Glenlala's drink. Yes, sir? Here we telling me now. Here we tell now, this is me friend. Me, he come from nothing. You understand? I walk in Glenlala office. And it is the mindset. Here the man said, Pai, you got to keep close. When we left, you got to keep close to the man. The man is a good man. You understand? He asked himself how I was afforded the opportunity to walk in a man's office and throw 2 shots for me and tell the man drink something. You understand? The mindset is the hustler, is the struggler. He calculated when you get rich. You understand? You're glad forget. I said, bye, we're wrong with you, bye. Anybody cross me, Glenn, anybody cross me, we get it wrong. People don't know. Yes, anybody, friend, foe, Harry and Marv, Mo, anybody cross me, we get it wrong. Because I come here, I telling the man last night, a real powerful business, I tell you last night, they said, man, I come here, me alone, don't get confused with me. People that see and think association, I come here, me alone. Lot of time and effort. And that one Gary of all persons know. Because when I didn't have nothing, and I used to go to them banner for bar money, I got a friend named Short Man. Right? I used to go by the man, and the man is buy a bread, brother. And I take half of the bakery bread and carry it home. Me, then by his mother, and at that time we had but 2 of them. It was Michael and Sean. That's where I come from. People don't know where the humbleness inside comes from. You understand? It is a humbleness and also a hunger. Because when I said, I never like to do this. I never want to check the bills. I never want to check my financing. I had a don't care attitude. Yes, sir. But to survive, to come out on top, you have to do it. This is what everybody who is successful doing. People is get mixed up and go, you go palm coat, and you say, I'm partying, right? You ain't know. Me do the same thing. Here now, one time me got what is one name bar? James Bond bar. Got Tiger Bay, smoke up the dope, drink up the red rum, gun thing bar, start freaking out. You understand? Next man in me there so with a migraine headache and they're checking my bills. So you see, though, and then you can, let me get in the madness. Right? Let me go. But buddy, party, that is why they got club. Left the party there. The party got for done at some time. You understand? All like me. Me don't make joke with me Monday morning. When me done here, 9 o'clock. Meeting with reporters. Meeting with marketing. Everybody gonna say, what's the issue? What's the problem? What they gotta get to do better? What they done? You understand? Monday morning meeting. When they done that, me take out one group. Because I'm watching on the calculator, I'm like, I got reporters and like his press statements alone is issuing. I alone run the news in this country for 3-4 years. I'm still there. Stories. You understand? And I got paid reporters and I get in when the police issue a statement, then I get in the story. This madness. This morning meeting with report marketing. Me a see thing, me want to know what is going on for Christmas. How people out there could capitalize on our platform. You understand? So, when people thinking, yo, this, that, watching who doing what, watching me here, you gotta keep watching, but...
Like, you know, I got an uncle. Well, he's read a lot. So, he claimed that, or he believed that the earth is flat. And every time I go by him, to check you out, media always reaching to argument because he always trying to convince me.
We live in Linden?
No, he live in Linden. You live in Linden, right? You live like police bag.
But you ever travel? You ever travel anyway?
No, you never travel. I don't know if you ever travel in an aircraft. I'm not sure if you ever, but you never travel out to Guyana. There's one know for sure.
You ever ask all the flat earthers? Just a simple thing. I just want to know why when you take a binoculars, they got things you could see up to the moon, right? The telescope? Yeah, the telescope you can see up to the moon. Why you can't use a telescope and see straight out to the end of the earth if the earth is flat?
Exactly.
Just all I asking him. You understand?
Right. And this man, this man, getting a stupid argument. Well, I say, Uncle, you up. I got things to do. I go my way. We can talk another day.
No, but outside of that, here was one of the things I look at with people. Tell me, give me a little rundown of what he is like as an individual. Tell me a bit about him as an individual. You know, his successes we do. How old is he?
I've known him all my life. And I'm a person that is well read as well. But in terms of, the first time I would have, be more proactive in reading and stuff, or more interested in doing some research on my own. He was one of the person that introduced me to some books and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So I've always known him to be a well-read person. But then some of the things, for example, the same flat earth theory that he's tried to convince me and my other family members, right? I don't accept it.
No, but here where the problem lies, brother. And I want to help you in understanding how these things work. So, why I ask you the questions, tell me, my uncle, how old is he?
He's about 70 now.
What work he did?
Well, I can tell you honestly, ever since I know he used to do a security work and back.
All right, I'm gonna stop you there. Now, here what happens. Although he's reading, comprehending is a main problem in our country.
That is very
Hold for
much
me.
understood.
Oh, nah, as Alpine call me. Yeah. So comprehending is a problem. But the what happens if you tell me you know he is a security and thing, you see the human being, and especially somebody who reads a bit, if it's not in a context, if you were not educated in a context and you're just reading and you're wild all about the place, there is a time in your life and an age at which you try to create some bit of importance. So what has happened to your uncle? He holds on to something that he thinks his theory of the flat earth, and that helps him in having a meaningful banter with people, right? So unlike me would go and talk to he, and when me read he, me not getting in the flat earth argument. I said yes. I would say yes. I believe you. You understand? And then me and him start working on dissecting how he come to this theory. Because he doesn't have a problem. Right? Your uncle, nothing is wrong with your uncle. The same thing that your uncle is experiencing with flat earth, PNC follows experience with PNC. You understand? PNC, the C, here, no, and just don't fudging care. Because, no, he is, I know, you know, listen to me. You could tell me a person does this, they say this, these are the terms they use, and I would tell you if there's PNC or PPP. No. Yesterday I was driving down the road, and I was thinking, what makes, or what made the PNC? What is the foundation of the PNC? What is the foundation of the PPP? How do their ideologies transfer to the people? And if you look, you see it. Even the name represents the people. Here why. People's Progressive Party is office and housed at Freedom House. Right? At Freedom House. So there's a little wildcat in the People's Progressive Party. What's the we going? We going some way. Yes, sir? The People's National Congress. You understand? People's National Congress is housed at Congress Place. The importance, you understand? It's not what if you listen, People's Progressive Party. It's a movement. And that ideology transfers. You got to ask yourself, what was Burnham and Jagan thinking at the time? You understand? And it was not in Burnham's best interest. He might not have been comfortable with what came out. That is why you have the People's National Congress. That's more like Burnham. A man, you know, a black man who has now come, elevated himself as a lawyer, and he leads the people, he rides a horse. You understand? He has the house with 1,000 windows, he fly around in a helicopter. Hip hip, hooray! The great Burnham. You understand? Compared to Jagan, yeah, boy, they're in the crowd. You're walking in the crowd. Let me go. Where I do? I drive in yesterday and I'm thinking how that came down to us. How it transformed the people. And you see that in a man like Norton, and you see it in Jack Dew. You understand? Banner looking for mingle. Going, got power, and going in every show and hold for me. Andrew.
Critic, morning, sir.
Bye, I got to you ready for go down now?
But you tell me where you going, man.
Where you there? East Coast heading East Bank?
I there right, go.
Come to Queenstown.
Alright, good.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? So, you see it. Nothing. Yes. The almighty powerful. Oh, yes, sir. People's National Congress he come from. He was ported there. You know? And then you got the Jagdew and the Allies. They're up on the ground, yeah. Hey, we do hug and tea thing. People's Progressive Party. Coming out of Freedom House. People's National Congress. Coming out of Congress Place. This false importance. From the beginning of the get-go, they realize there's not a parliament, you know, to bring people, to put them in a, no. You imagine, bear in mind, we now are in the 21st century, we're oil producing country, got a lot of people got money, we operating at a certain level, and things are different 30 years on. But ask yourself when these names were created. What was in the mindset? But it's already done. It's already, this is brick and mortar. This is a cast. It was casted, molded, and there's the produce coming out of it now. A set of flat earthers. I tell you. I kid you not. I would want to think they got people that follow the PvP think that the earth is flat. But the first thing I think, man, how much money I get from having this discussion, they done with it. They just get paid for arguing about flat earth. We as agronomist, we is. What we just do? You deal with soil? What purpose the argument serves of a flat earth? No, serious. You just tell me, what purpose? If me, you will argue with the flat earth. Well, I am some kind of scientist. I go into the moon, Elon Musk hiring me. What me you got if you think I say here? Me want to know. If the earth, I say yes, the earth is flat. I agree with you. Me, you gonna have a sit down now. And I want to understand, because psychology is me thing. I want to understand how you come to the conclusion. What books you would have read. You understand? He might have been reading and he does not understand that you got to check at the back of the books. Listen to me. When you're reading books, right? Now, this was sent to me by a judge. This book was sent to me by a judge, Judge Mohammed Shabadin. This book was sent to me, right? Watch it. This is for the Guyanese Critic. Books are constantly sent to me from people from around the world. This is no less than a judge, right? But when you read this book, hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Rodriguez.
Yes, ma'am. How can I?
Yeah, good morning. Just calling so that you could highlight something for me, please.
Yes.
I'm living at Belfield, 91 Plantation, in the new housing scheme. Now they said on with the Adventist church. They were doing some work, the construction. Now the church black boat drain. The back and the front, the water cannot run. So whenever the rain falls, the place flood.
Even the people of God in this country express a level of indiscipline and ignorance. It's unbecoming. All right, everybody here. Don't worry, everybody here.
I went to the MDC now, and they told me that they're going to talk to them. And when we talk to the people from the Adventist church, they're saying that the NDC, they give them permission
to block the drains?
No problem. They could make a park there. They could open the drain, put something at the gutter so they could put over, so the water could flow. So at the back of the church, they flood. Persons that living at the back of the church, they flood. On the other hand, now the back drain, the drain blocked at the back, so the other people are living over the other hand, they flood too.
All right. I hope the NDC listens and does something about it.
Yeah.
So I'm telling y'all, so what happened with me friend uncle? Like how he reading books. What you gotta look, right? The book clearly states, this is a pictorial biography.
Critics is me calling to send you the details with GPL.
You're calling to send me the details?
I'll send a message to you if you can send a
I'm gonna
message.
look at it just. I ain't come off my life yet.
Okay, critics, thanks.
Yeah. So this is a pictorial biography, right? Of Judge Muhammad Shahabuddin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Shahabuddeen. Now, if this here looks like any other book, a storybook, yeah, brother.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Hold on, telling them about books and your uncle. So this looks like any other book. This is a pictorial biography. This, hey, is a book about extreme entrepreneurship done by a friend I got, Aram, right? This was sent to me to the read. But what might happen to my friend who'd up in the phone, uncle? He might be reading cartoons and think they're the same book. He might be reading comic books. You have to know there are books that are biographies, there are books that are history books, and there are books that are fictional.
I ain't cutting you, right? But listen to this. I'm not a university graduate, but what I have been able to do in terms of dissecting and more so deciphering things for myself. Yes, I have an open mindset. I could read a book, right? Or somebody could come and discuss something with me.
No, but here, no, man.
Right?
Listen to me. You tell me your uncle reading a lot, right?
Yeah.
Carly here now. Carly. Let me cut. You want to put him on a tree where let me ask you what books he's read. He got to be reading Pirates of the Caribbean and them thing, nobody.
You know.
When Moses come back, is a scenario, is the 21st century. You're watching Pirates of the Caribbean, the sea open and something gone Jack's mouth, and the boat there under the water and that kind of thing.
It's been a while since me and he would have communicated, right? Like about for the past 3 years, we really communicated. But the promise to go and check you out is good. You understand?
Yeah.
What I'm trying to make is that not only him, we have a wider, in the wider society out there, we have persons with these same tendencies. For example, your good friend, Mr. Glenn Lal. Yes, he do a lot of research, but sometimes he of himself is not able to decipher these things critically.
No, but if I could give him credit, since he's not here, do not forget, Glenn Lal is a businessman. Glenn Lal, through everything, Glenn Lal, you know, nothing has been more daunting. And Glenn Lal, like his memory, one of the problems when you forget where you come from, your memory don't serve you well. When the PNC would have called men who walk around this country brutally murdering people, massacring people, when the PNC would have called those people freedom fighters, and those freedom fighters went into Glenn Lal's printing press, and put 9 of his or 8 of his workers on their belly and shot them at the back of their head, assassinated them. You still have a Glenn Lal who came in 2015 and fought and saw power given to those same people. And Glenn Lal doesn't talk about those things. You have Glenn Lal, the same Glenn Lal who talked down the Marriott. Now to see Marriott as a success. Huh? Yeah. Safe, you're not bad at that. No, but he's not willing to accept his own mistakes. That is the problem with Glenn Lal, right? He is the same Glenn Lal that talked down the bridge, that now has become a vital lifeline for the people of Berbice. That the one thing that helped Berbice through the COVID and through the downturn when PNC went to Berbice to destroy Berbice, the one thing that was afforded Barbician the opportunity to survive is the ability to move backward and forward freely. easily to Georgetown and back. You understand? This is the same Glenn Lal that talked on the bridge. If you look at Glenn Lal's stance, Glenn Lal takes a position that sells papers. Glenn Lal takes a position now he's on radio. Look at me, stance, brother. I have one of the most viewed media entities, right? One of the widest platforms. And I have started...
And you start the business long after.
Roger.
Look,
but not only that, I move away from this sensational, because I used to go and cover everything and show the body and everything. And I'm calculating it does not serve the people well. Let's do more in educating the people. Let's do more in teaching the people how to be disciplined. You understand? So, it's these things you gotta look at and realize to give Glenn Lal credit, if you want to give him credit. Glenn Lal's selling papers. You understand?
Let me give you another example, Mr. Critics. I live in Tenerife. I've been living here for almost since 2001. So this year would be like 22 years since I'm living up. And ever since I came to live here, right? I came up here when I was 16 years old. My mother, she was going through a very rough time financially. And so when I came up here, I used to follow the little boys. Them used to the area, and we used to go on the airport and hustle. You know, this car and people black cap on the airport was going, and then people have the suitcase and things. I used to go and do them. Right? And I did that for like 1 year while I was going to school. Because what I did, I used to take my money and save it, buy my school uniform. I even pay for the CXC from the same money. Right? And I'm a custom broker dealing with big companies and entrepreneurs and stuff. And the people whom I would have been a part of the company back then, going on the airport, hustling, still doing the same thing. And you know what used to be one of the sentiments? Sometimes they're born in the spliff. Yeah. Cool people getting all the money, boy. That could be getting nothing. This year we're going to pick it up. Mr. Critics, you know, long I hearing though. 21 years ago I hearing though. So me know if we got pick up, they're in 100 feet hole. I have some kinds with cash. So the kinds must got about 3 tons. You understand? And they could probably only pull up an inch every day. Because it's a long time I hear the saying though. You understand?
I hear you, brother.
So
And
tell me something.
I must congratulate you for coming this far, as a black brother and having a positive outlook and the ability to even look back at, you know, that struggle and that path. I wouldn't say struggle, but that path that has made you who you are today. Much respect to you, brother.
Watch. Look at bus driver the other day. I had to reach the airport to clear something for somebody. I know when I used to go to school, sometimes I got passage, you would say, man, jump in and go. Let me get out. Now, one day I could not go in his bus because of the fact that his bus empty and there was the other bus that are already almost full. You remember that I reached the airport for a specific time. You know, man.
You take offense to
I
that.
can't procrastinate. You know, the man told to tell me, you know, you carry on. I say, but how much work you down there for me? How much cargo work you down or transportation job you down there for me? You tell me some petty when the faking passage was one.
No, but that's the problem. Here,
yeah?
on that point, like I tell my staff, I tell my management team, like me, I wake up in the morning and I do the numbers, and you in service, serving me well, I tell them write up a letter and just get rid of them. If somebody doesn't serve me, people, like, you know, I got a follower, she from Barbies, she got business and things, she got enough style, she said, Critic, some of these people there, 18 years with me, 19 years, right? And now she taking blows. I calculated some of them that they're 18 years. Some of them gotta go. That they're too long. If you there 3-4 years with me in one position, because for instance, here was the funny thing. Me company just grow like whoa. You understand? Me company just grow. I just keep pushing all the time, expanding, making more office space, setting up more studios, doing things every. And if me company growing, and in me company you ain't elevating, what are you doing with you? What are you doing with you? You understand? The younger I keep coming in, and then it has to be coming up. So me sit down. I am looking for upward mobility.
Exactly.
You understand? You there. You learn this thing. You move on to the next thing. I was asking, here after 2-3 years, and me see you ain't moving, and you get comfortable in your position, right? I call in and tell you, man, thanks for your service and dear raises, lay make your citation.
Watch.
And people say, wait, use 5 people for no cause at all. Yes, because me want mass here. This is a rolling stone. You understand?
It's like this. I got some family, I got some friends. Every time you see them with the critics, they got a problem. They got a problem today. They got a problem this afternoon. They got a problem waiting next week. You reach them next week, they got another problem for the other week.
Hey, we talk by. Let's, oh shit, our guy. Let's start cranking out things. We talk.
Yeah, my brother.
I done got me whole long. Take a whole hour out of me life. I ain't easy. Y'all not easy.
Hello, morning.
Hey, Desiree, where you there? Yeah, so I telling y'all, me and know how y'all is do it. Me? Boss, there you walking along. Right? If you talk, you walk in me and say, you know how long are you walking with the boss? I just think back, how long? At what position? What? I tell her, write your letter, send you off. Give you a raise and let you go along your way, because you're serving me no purpose. Upward mobility. You come in, you learn. Desiree must get a notice. I don't know if it's the. You gotta go around at the back of the where the washing machine and dry there and see the filter.
If it's nasty.
Yeah, right. Because this, like me, I know when you see him go there, but it look a little dingy, like it's ironed or anything. And check and see if it's tied or whatever they got thing it is used. What is bring white material? You understand? Thing, right? Safe. And then I say, well, this one is dingy one. I don't know what you hear now, dingy one, dingy white thing. My mother taught me that, boy. You see them boys? You know them boys never wear Pampers. Never wear Pampers. None of them boys ever wear Pampers. Till they come out of the napkin, always well washed. My mother taught their mother how to wash napkins. We not and me fold the napkin and like them change them. So the piss of shit, we change the napkin. You understand? I see some children now these days whack, you know, with a big lump of shit in the diaper. You understand? So, yeah, the thing, what's the thing is, man? It looks like this. What is this? It's the iron in the water, Jarshang water. But they got thing this thing that stay away from white. Right? So, something I'm going to show you. Good morning, bro. Yeah. So I'm telling you now. Hearing of appeal thing, running through my thing. Running through my messages just in case anybody come with anything important and maybe wanted highlight and stuff before thing. Yeah, so I'm telling you about success and the flat earthers, right? You got wise up. You got read a book, but don't get caught up like my friend uncle. Check to see if the book is if it's a, what's call them with the Superman and Batman books. This books too. Those are books too. Those are not pamphlets. They're classified as books. You understand? Pat and Roy are books. But you gotta know if it's fictional, if it's history. Hello, good morning.
Hey, morning, brother. Well, that's something bothering me, man. I ain't hear nobody talking about it. Concerning the civilian and the traffic police.
Concerning what?
Like guiding on a different level or something. I mean, if you don't respect the person in the uniform, what happened to the uniform?
No, well,
Police,
to be honest,
run with cutlass,
to be fair,
police.
the Guyana police force, recently I asked the commissioner and he said, in one case, and they get it under control. But I'm looking at it, and if the penalties doesn't attract a certain level of severity, I think it will continue. But you see, it is a little more deep-seated. So, for me, it is my opinion that the citizens are becoming tired, matter of fact, right? But constantly you have police harassing people. The minister said, in the event that you stop somebody and it's a ticketable offense, give them a ticket and let go along the way. Why are people still going to this? People still calling me going to the station for ticketable offenses. You understand? So it is a two-part thing. The people need to know, they need to respect the law, but at the same time, the law can be thugs and hooligans, acting like thugs and hooligans and want to be treated. You understand? Because you got on a uniform. No, you can't trample on people's rights. So the laws itself, there must be some level of redress for people. Because you go to the station, like sometimes I see police some places, and they have no other purpose for being there than shaking people down. This happens publicly. Why are you here? You see police on roadways, and you ask yourself, what are they doing there? And there's only one explanation. They come out for a lunch money.
Shake down, shake down.
It's shake down. You understand? People are getting tired of that. The Guyana police force got to know when people would have had enough. I see everybody jumping up. The other day when they get the little raise, have they accepted that? Is that going to take them places? Do they need a few more raises to take them places? You understand?
And partner, let me be honest with you. You know me, right? And I, as a man who's definitely car and them, I watch the agitation. Let me tell you something. The police, them, basically targeting business people, people who is on the go.
Brother,
need to go
brother.
And they're targeting women.
No, but here now, this is evident. This is evident. It has gone to this position of ridiculous. Now, when you see a car coming up the road, PAC something. When you buy a car now, they might give you insurance. If you buy from auto sale, it come in with insurance, license, fitness, they might give you that. Looking at the PAC number, knowing that it's within 6 months, right? Will you stop in the car for? Here after, they stop you. And they can't say, sir, well, you had drive recklessly there, you're over the speed limit. No, they stop you and they start asking for your people. What me do? Me want to know where you stop me for in the first place. There has to be a reason. There's a cause and effect. You see, it is a tense time in this country. People are frustrated. And when the police continue to do these things, people are calculating the man like a target me. When I look at the man's face, I am asking myself, what level of frustration is this man expressing with this police there up in his face? You understand? So to give credit where credit is due, no way, shape or form, anybody should hit the police. But we've had 2 instances in 1 month one has to ask oneself. Now the policeman, when they buy coffee in the face in Borbies, when they buy right, the buy didn't have no helmet. But continually, you could see the police stop people with helmet, checking the papers, and a man ride past without a helmet. What am I supposed to do, buddy? What am I supposed to be nice with you? Yes, I tell you, you stop me. Ain't see no fault for me from a distance. And while you talking to me, I'm right past without helmet, and you running behind me. Partner, at times the disrespect is warranted. You know what I'm telling you? Because it's only then people don't wake up. This is the way the citizenry protests. They getting fed up with the Guyana police force. You understand? The Guyana police force have to get an act together because they can't come and say, we are the ideal organization. We are not corrupt. We will uphold these standards. You understand? They're the bottom of the food chain. Not because of the uniform. The law is the law. You gotta respect the law. You gotta follow the law. But this here is an expression of frustration with the people. Because the young man, he one time the left he for red without helmet, and next one take money from he. You understand? And next one play in C. And next one give you a favor. And then one of them come, he was serious. I'm really robbing you, but I know I take money. Vibes gonna happen here. You understand what I'm saying? No. A man when he going out putting motorbike must know that in the event you break the law, you will pay the price. There are penalties to breaking the law. The Guyana police force enforces the law. What the man doesn't know, and there are many police who do their job, but what he's not cognizant of, or maybe this is poor training in the training methods of the Guyana police force, is the fact that while he is the one upstanding police officer, there are 9 corrupt ones that has created that atmosphere, that individual. Because you still have businessmen in this country. Look, I drive and pardon if the police at me, I says nothing. All they say, yes, Mr. Critic, wherever they see. I never ask nobody if I go into the station, brother. Not me. I drive to the station. I can take the charge because I ain't no different from nobody in this country, and at least I don't see myself that way. And I do not want to demean the authority of any police officer in the execution of his or her duties, and that would sully their standard. You understand? It must not be, it's not to say they're not going to be corrupt, but it must not be as a result of me demeaning them from a place of authority or suggesting I is a big bite. No. Brother, if you feel that you need to execute your duties and you need to clap a ticket at me or carry me to the station and charge me and put me before the court, so be it, brother. You're doing your job. I will ask, I will talk to people. I will ask, why are you doing this? When I go, all I say, if they carry me to a court, I say, man, here, do it fast. If they ask me for bail money, I say, man, I can't run and go. Bail is to make sure you come back. Now apply that to me. Let me sign my own recognizance. Me not go no way. I go court. You don't got to worry. I go court and I do a story. I can talk about it. You understand? I did this before. I was charged and taken to court the matter's throat at Coven John. As Guyanese Critic talk about it. You understand?
But the next point I would like to raise, right, is that enough of these policemen are stopping on the road. If I have no respect, manners are required for civilians. They come, hey, big drivers and documents they want to see. They don't have courtesy in them, not in that good morning.
Partner, well here now.
Man fetching passenger, elderly people, no respect and manners to the passenger.
I
Back in the days, everybody used to say,
continually see.
Good morning, passengers. How are you this morning? I'm stopping this driver because this and this. Will you stop him and check key documents, sir?
Just a drive. No, but here now. I am hoping the Guyana police force is cognizant and realize this is a breaking point. This is like the people protest. When you get these things happening, sir, this is a matter of fact. 2 police were assaulted within a month. You understand? And ask yourself, sit down and talk to the people. Don't let me big fight. Yes, the fight, black and Indian. Then you're reading the comments and people hollering how the girl even help. a man licking cough. The girl could help. They two of them don't have no. The two of them don't have no weapon, and I glad they didn't have no weapon because they also didn't have no proper training. The man might have pull out the gun and shoot both of them if they had a gun. If one of them had a gun, you understand? You got stance. Even well-trained American police officers, when they end up in them situations, you see how they struggle for the gun. A lot of them have been known to get shot. You understand? But what happens? The Guyana police force has the opportunity to right its internal wrongs and at the same time really make examples of the people. Because you can't go and make an example of the people and you're the same way. This is a frustration that is building up amongst the citizenry. You understand? And people watch and say, no, you can't disrespect the land. So, but here, at what time is enough? That is the question that has to be asked. At what time is enough? And it's obviously the citizenry showing that they had enough of the Guyana police force, and it weighs. They got straightened up themselves.
All right, man.
Safe, we talk. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How can I be of help to you?
I'm looking at your program presently, and I heard you made a statement just now that people are reacting based upon what is happening in this country. I fully agree with that. The fearful thing is the amount of lawlessness that is being displayed in this country by members of the law enforcement entities. The disgusting behavior of these guys stopping you on the road and saying to you that you have to leave something. Leave something.
It's embarrassing, brother. It's embarrassing. Right? Here, Chief, listen to me. Yohan, I tell you something. Remember, he's a skin up boss. Everybody knows skin up anybody, right?
Yeah.
You know the police, when they pull up them, hey man, Critic, we left something. I said, by y'all head good?
Yeah.
I call people name. I skin up anybody. I said, by y'all head good? How you ask me for something, by?
This is so disgusting. My question to you, sir. I mean, I can't ask anybody this because in this country, this is my opinion, I'm subject to correction. But it appears as though that whenever you speak the truth, you become an enemy of the state. Now,
well, I don't think it is a local thing. I don't think it's just local. I think it is world over. That is how it works.
Okay.
Truth, many great men have been cut down. If you look at history, many great men have been cut down for something as simple as the truth.